Hello there, what is up? I'm Sadaf, and in today's video I will be talking about changing your life in the next 5 months, or how to change your life in 5 months. Why 5 months? Well, simply because we have 5 months until 2023, and I have this habit of doing a little reset of my life every month and checking out what are the goals that I had set the previous month and how I am following up on them in the next month. So the idea behind this video is to really give you hope that even though you have not been able to follow up on your goals from the beginning of the year, you can always catch up on them later during the year. And right now I'm setting my goals for the coming 5 months. So before I start sharing with you my own goals for the coming 5 months, I will be sharing with you a method that you can actually use in order to work on your own goals. The first part of this method is more concentrated towards the organization, how to get started, how to set goals and how to follow up on them. And the second part of this method is all about working on your mindset, and in that part I have 3 tips for you that I will be giving you, and they are extremely precious and powerful, so that you can work also on your mindset and also on your goals at the same time. And at the end I will be talking about my own goals for the coming month, for the month of August, and that is something that is not necessarily important for you. So if you don't want to listen to my own goals, you can definitely skip that part. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. I'm Sadaf and I make videos for women who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, so that they can become self-empowered, they can work on their confidence, on their mental strength and productivity as well. And let's get started with this video. So starting with the goal setting part of changing your life, the very first step that you want to take is to first of all identify 3 areas that you want to work on, and only 3 areas, because more than that is going to be too much for you and you will not be able to handle that. Because when you are starting to make improvements in your life, and even though you are at an advanced stage of making improvement, focus is always very important. So if you have more than 3 areas to work on, your focus is going to be divided so much that you will not be able to use it properly in the most important areas of your life. So make sure that you are only focusing on the 3 most important aspects of your life. And if you don't have any idea of what these aspects actually are, you can use the wheel of life that you can easily find on the internet, and you can evaluate your current satisfaction in all those different areas of your life, and then see which are the areas that you want to improve in the coming 5 months. Once you have identified those 3 areas, the next thing you can do is to write down the ideal situation that you would like to have in each one of these areas. Like, paint the perfect picture of what it would look like if that particular area of your life was perfect. At this point you can even create a vision board for yourself, which is going to be the ideal picture of where you want to get. Vision boards always work extremely well, so I highly recommend that you create it. But this is a part where you are going to write down the ideal situation, how that looks like, and at the same time create a vision board where you get an idea of the pictures and the images and you know the idea of the perfect situation for yourself. Step number 3 is to set SMART goals, which means that knowing that you have only 5 months to go towards the direction that you want to go in, you are going to set goals that are measurable, which means that you know exactly whether you have been able to achieve that goal or not, but at the same time that are realistic, that you can attain in those 5 months. But the idea here is to be ambitious but at the same time realistic, so that you do not feel disappointed by your progress, and you know that in the 5 months this is an ambitious goal for me to set for myself. The next step here is to create an action plan in which you are going to detail every single thing that you are going to do in each process. Since you have a clear idea of where you want to go, and you have been able to identify your goals that are even measurable, because you have a very clear picture of where you want to get, it's very important at this point to create an action action plan. What is it that I'm going to do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and on a monthly basis, so that I am at the end of those 5 months, I'm able to get to that point. But this is a part where I personally prefer working on a monthly basis, because if I create a plan for 5 months, to be very honest, every single month the priorities are going to change. I have to keep identifying my priorities every single month, and according to that I can later on be more flexible towards my goals. So I do not spend too much time on creating an action plan for the entire 5 months, but instead I create only an action plan for each month. Right now I do have an action plan actually for the month of August. Even if there are things that are changing in my situation, I'm always able to catch up on my goals and actually still keep making progress without questioning my own ability or without completely giving up on my goals. Number 5 step in this list, and this is a very important part, and I don't know whether you have heard of it. Since you are trying to make progress, that means that you are trying to become a person that right now you are not. And in order to become that person, you have to create a to-be list, which is different than a to-do list, because to-do is more based on what you should be doing, whereas a to-be list is all about who is the person that you are becoming in order to be able to achieve these goals. I believe that if my goals are ambitious enough, I cannot get there unless I do not get rid of the person that I am today. So it's very important for me to keep working on who I want to become in the next phase of my life or in the next step of my life. And creating a to-be list is extremely helpful, because you are not only working on your goals in the physical world, but at the same time you are working on yourself so that you are able to handle those goals on a personal level, and that's very important. So create a to-be list for yourself. Who is it that you see yourself as in order to be able to get to the point where you want to get? You can then create your own affirmations from this to-be list and use those affirmations as if they are already in the present moment. And the last step is to start working on your daily goals. Now that you have an action plan in place, now that you have your affirmations and a clear idea of where you want to get, it's very important to start working on the daily work that you have to do, and then just enjoy this progress that you are making every single day. That's it for this part, and now let's talk about the mindset part. Second part of changing your life in 5 months is all about working on your mindset. And you can only do that by using some tools, by working a little bit on your own self, by using resources so that you can get rid of all your past traumas and doubts and everything else. So let's get started with the 3 tips that you can use in order to work on your mindset. Number 1, let go of all your past failures, traumas, doubts and everything else. And it is much easier said than done. I totally get that. At the same time, it's very important to work on this part. Just trust me, you will not be able to make progress or as much progress as you could make unless you have been able to get rid of all your past failures and doubts. So take some time to get an idea of what are the past failures that are holding you back, what are your traumas from the past. The more you are going to be okay with them, the more you will be able to make progress and make progress at a faster pace. At the same time, remember that you do not necessarily have to get rid of all of it before starting the work. Actually, it can be an ongoing process. So during your work on yourself, during your daily activities that you are doing, at the same time you can be doing the work on getting rid of your traumas, getting rid of your doubts, and at the same time you can be working on your goals. The number 2 tip here is to integrate your to-be list. So the to-be list that you have made in the first part of the video, you are going to take your affirmations and you are going to use them in meditations, in affirmations, in order you can listen to them, you can visualize this person that you want to become, or by feeling those emotions, and at the same time you can even expose yourself to such situations where you have the opportunity to behave like this person that you want to become. So whether that means going out and interacting with people that you don't necessarily feel comfortable interacting with, or that may mean taking a course or something else in which you have to be a little more than who you are right now. No matter how you choose to work on your to-be list, but use it and absolutely feel like being this person that you want to be. Because one very important part of achieving your goals is to become that person that you will be once you have achieved your goals. So do this work, it's very important. The third tip that I can give you in order to work on your mindset to achieve your goals is to work on your doubts. Whenever you feel doubtful of your abilities, which is going to happen and which may happen more than you have even thought of, whenever you come face to face that kind of doubt, it's very important to take some time and to explore that a little bit and ask yourself, where is this doubt coming from? How does it feel? How does it feel in my mind? How does it also feel like in my body? And replace whatever affirmation that you have, whatever limiting belief actually you have, by some empowering belief that's going to support your progress. So explore your doubts, explore your negative thoughts, and keep transforming them into more positive, supportive, and empowering ones. So that is it for all the tips that I had in order to work on your own goals and make sure to change your life in the next 5 months by the end of 2022. And now I will be talking a little bit about my own goals these coming months. Even though I have been able to put out 2 videos every single week these past few months, I feel that I have not been able to work a lot on the quality of my videos. And now these coming months, my intention is to really work on the quality, whether it is in terms of filming or in terms of editing, and even in terms of the content that I am putting in my videos. But I have to say that it was not easy to get started creating those YouTube videos. So I'm happy that I have been able to keep up with my goal of putting out at least 2 videos per week. But now my intention is to take this further and work on improving the quality of my videos. The second thing that I am working on right now is my organizational skills. Even though I feel that I have a good level of self-organization, I still need a lot of improvement on various areas of my life, whether it is related to the meal planning at home or related to the home organization, how I organize my home, or even related to my learning goals that I have. I have been a little too busy these past few months, and I have felt too exhausted also. Now the intention is really to get back on track and work on my goals. So related to my organization, I have recently moved to Notion, which I find really nice and pleasing to the eyes, but at the same time I'm not so sure how to use it. So the intention in the month of August for me is also to learn a lot more about Notion, how to use it, how to keep my tasks and my workflow well organized by using Notion. And so I will be learning a lot about Notion also in the month of August. And another thing that I will be doing in this same month is to read this book called The 4-Hour Work Week. Many people have read it. I have heard a lot about it, and I have had this book for like over a month now. I have read some part of it, but not entirely. The intention is really to study it intensively and to come up with ideas so that I can use them in my own workflow, in my own processes, and make them better and save some time and actually get more done in less time. And that brings me to the 2 other books that I will be summarizing in my upcoming videos. I do not have the physical copies of these books, so I have listened to those 2 books on Audible. I most of the time don't read books. I actually prefer listening to them because I manage to do that more easily than taking the time to read a book. One of these books is called You Have Got This by Margie Werrell. This is a book that really taught me to believe in myself and to trust the process, but really to keep myself at the center of my decisions. And I have learned a lot from this book, so I would love to summarize it so that I can share with you all the key ideas that I have learned from this book. The second book that I will be talking about in one of my upcoming videos in August is called Get Organized, Do More in Less Time by Ciara Conlon. So this is a book that has really taught me how to be organized in your life and in your even on your computer and every single thing. Like, it's really about setting your goals and working on organizing your mind and setting your priorities, and I have found it to be extremely helpful. So I would love to create a video on that as well. These are a few of my goals for the upcoming months. I hope that you have found them inspiring if you have watched until now. And I would really recommend you to do a monthly reset of your own life and to see how forward you have been able to move. If you got something valuable from my video, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.